scammed by our con artists. All the back and have agreed that the footage can be used so that you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams.
New Zealand police, Miss Steele, please step back from the counter.
Are you serious?
Every year, 1 in 20 New Zealanders fall victim to some sort of con. Hustles in New Zealand come in all shapes and sizes. Online, on your front doorstep, and on the street corner.
300, 400.
Our hustlers are going to reveal the secrets behind today's popular scams. They'll show you just how easy it is to steal your belongings from right under your nose. Trick you into giving them your hard-earned cash.
Thank you.
And even empty your bank account.
I could have been cleaned out then. I could have been absolutely cleaned out.
If you want to protect yourself from being scammed, you need to watch this show. This is the Real Hustle NZ. Tonight, gone in 3 seconds. The easiest way to lose your bag.
When I turned around and my bag was gone, I'll definitely be more careful in the future. Don't take my eyes off my bags at any time.
You've heard about ATM card skimming? This is how it's done.
That really freaks me out because it just makes you realize how easy it is for people to just take your information.
And shoplifting made easy. Store owners and security guards, watch out. This is a con you can hardly see. Hello and welcome to The Real Hustle. I'm Kirk Torrance. Every day, thousands of New Zealanders use all forms of transport to get to and from work. So it's no surprise that bus and train stations are a favourite with thieves. Our Kiwi hustlers have a new scam that's all in the bag. Our hustlers are at the train station, but before they catch a ride, there's just enough time to do a bit of shopping. Of course, they don't plan on spending any money. This is the booster bag scam. Earlier that day, our hustlers put some finishing touches onto what appears to be a normal bag. We won't show you exactly what we've done, but you get the idea. The bag's been adapted so that in the right hands, it could separate you from all your personal belongings.
Big bag over the top. Lift her up and you've boosted the bag.
This railway station provides rich pickings for our hustlers. Commuters, tourists and travellers all have one thing in common. They're all carrying their prized possessions. But for how long? Our hustlers are on the lookout for their first victim. Someone who is on their own and they can distract. They find a mark, but how are they going to separate her from her bags? It's time for Kimberly to stage the first part of the scam. She walks closely to the mark and drops a purse full of change.
Gosh, I'm constantly
It's all going to plan.
I really need a new purse, it's too little.
The mark steps away from her bags to help Kimberly pick up some coins. Aaron quickly moves in and boosts the bag.
Is that all of them? Yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
By the time the mark realises her bag is missing, it's too late. Let's take another look. When the mark helped Kimberly, she became separated from her bags. This allowed Aaron to boost her bag without her noticing. To avoid suspicion, he even helped pick up some of the money.
Thank you so much.
The mark has no idea where her bag is gone. Our hustlers move straight on to the next mark. Kimberly has sat next to a commuter on a bench. His briefcase is on the floor next to him. He's got no idea he's going to be their next victim. Kimberly places her mobile phone on the seat next to him. This will act as a decoy.
Excuse me, it's on your phone.
As the mark talks to Kimberly, Aaron moves in, boosts the bag and walks away with all his belongings.
Do you know where the lost property is?
The scam is so successful, it takes him a couple of minutes to realise he's been ripped off.
Okay, thank you, I'll take it over there.
Let's take another look. As Aaron approaches, Kimberly distracts the mark. Whilst the mark's back is turned, Aaron moves in unnoticed.
Oh, someone will be missing that.
He boosts the bag. The Mark is totally oblivious to what just happened. Now he realises it's gone. Our hustlers move from the train station to the food court. They use the same technique. They choose their mark.
Sorry to be a pain.
Kimberly distracts and Aaron lifts. The Mark doesn't notice a thing. Obviously, our hustlers don't keep the Mark's belongings. Mark number 1 was visibly relieved to get her bag back.
And I turned around and my bag was gone. Freaked out. I'll definitely be more careful in the future. Don't take my eyes off my bags at any time.
Train stations, bus stations, shopping centres are all good areas for scammers because they're very busy. They allow the person to be even more distracted, which allows them to get on with their scam, and it's just a good hunting ground for them. People can protect themselves by being extra vigilant, by ensuring that they always know where their property is and keeping it close by them. If you feel you're being distracted, then think where your property is and always keep it in mind.
After the break, over to the UK, where airport security can help hustlers steal your laptop. Welcome back. In New Zealand, 1 in 5 laptops get stolen every year. That's 1 every 6 minutes. It's similar in the UK, where our team of hustlers have the latest con that targets laptops. It's quick, it's simple, and very effective. Alex and Paul are at the airport. They're not going on holidays, but they are here to pull off a scam for our hidden cameras, which involves an X-ray machine, a laptop, and some clever choreography. This is the laptop switch. Our 2 hustlers are moving through the airport, on the lookout for someone carrying a laptop bag just like their own. Alex spots a likely-looking mark and gives the signal to Paul to note the selected target. They plan to substitute their own bag or ringer for the victim's one. They move in, closely trailing the Mark as he passes through the terminal on his way to join the queue for the X-ray machine. Over at the X-ray area, our hidden cameras look on as the travellers pass through security. Paul passes through the metal detector and starts to gather his belongings. Meanwhile, Alex passes through the metal detector, but he sets off the alarm, so the security staff check his pockets before he can move on. Whilst Alex is being searched, Paul gathers his stuff and leaves. Now Alex is through, our Mark passes through the detector. Collects his laptop, and he's away. So where's the scam? Let's watch it again. Paul is carrying the laptop bag, which he puts through the X-ray machine along with his coat. He then walks through the metal detector and is all clear. On the other side, he moves his laptop bag down to the end of the conveyor belt. At this point, Alex is carrying a metal object to deliberately set off the security alarm. On the other side of the machine, the Mark has already put his laptop onto the belt, but he can't pass through the gate to collect it because Alex is still being searched. Paul casually puts on his coat and waits for the Mark's laptop to come out of the X-ray machine. The Mark's laptop is out of his eye line, which now gives Paul the opportunity to grab it. The Mark picks up Paul's bogus laptop and continues on his way. By the time he discovers his misfortune, it'll be too late. So remember, whenever you're going through any kind of security checkpoint, make sure you keep an eye on your belongings. Don't let anything distract you. Now, if you thought stealing a laptop at the airport was easy, Jess is going to show you another version of the laptop switch. Last week, Jess put an ad on the internet. She's selling a top-of-the-range laptop for next to nothing. The buyer has just turned up.
Do you know anything about computers or anything? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right, I'll start it up for you so you can have a quick look.
Jess lets the Mark try the real computer.
Well, listen, if you have any problems, you've got, like I said, you've got my number. Just give me a ring. You know, all the software's already on there. Okay. Microsoft Office, Windows, got everything. Your turn.
The Mark gets a call from a friend and is distracted. Jess seizes the opportunity to pack away the computer and make the switch. The fake is in the carrier bag.
Everything's in this bag, okay.
Jess gives the Mark an excuse to keep the bag.
Actually, I'll keep this bag. I'll just give you the laptop. That's okay. Sorry.
She's done it. She's swapped. Here it is from another angle. The Mark goes for the fake laptop. This is dangerous. But Jess thinks fast and uses the plastic bag of accessories to close down the Mark's attempt to open the case.
Hold on a second. Got the money. Thank you. Sorry, I was going to let you keep the bag because this is what I've been carrying it around in, but if it's okay. So I've got to go. If you have any
Jess gets the money.
Give me a ring, okay?
Now she needs to get out fast. The Mark could check the laptop case at any moment. Jess almost breaks into a run. The Mark's still on the phone to her friend as she opens the laptop case. This could be interesting.
She gave me anything.
The Mark goes after Jess, but she's too late. Jess has got clean away. When we caught up with her, she was still fuming mad about what happened to her.
Oh, when I stop shaking, that's when I'm going to start talking. What the am I going to do? My money's gone. What the hell am I going to tell my friend? I just gave her £200 for this piece of crap. I'm going to kick her ass. That's what I'm going to say.
Remember, laptops are a favourite target for hustlers. So keep an eye on your laptop at all times. And if you're buying one, make sure you check it out properly. ATM fraud is growing daily, with over 2,500 ATMs across New Zealand handling millions of transactions a day. It's not hard to see why they're a primary target for thieves. And skimming is the biggest of ATM frauds, especially in the States. We're in downtown New York, and our American hustlers are getting ready to skim another ATM.
All right, so I've installed a camera into this card slot cover. Now, for the purposes of this test, I've hardwired it to a monitor so we can see what we're recording. But on the real day, it will actually record to a flash drive, which I've also installed.
Great, so this will be able to read the card details and record them entering the PIN number.
Exactly.
That's great.
This is the ATM skimming scam. The hustlers target an ATM outside a cafe. Apollo is wiring up the ATM to record or skim a user's card details. Here it is before, and here it is after. Would you think twice about using this machine? All he has to do now is sit and wait for a mark. And here she comes. She's at the ATM. Will she spot the card reader? She doesn't even hesitate. Our hustler skimming device picks up all of the data from her card's magnetic strip, and a miniature video camera captures her entering her PIN number. Within 30 seconds, all the Mark's card details have been recorded. Our hustler retrieves the device and heads to the hustler's truck.
Hey guys,
How'd it go?
it was fast.
Yeah, great.
Here you go.
Great. I'm just going to connect it to the computer, and then I can download the video.
The info stored on the card reader is downloaded onto their computer, as well as the video of the PIN number. They now have all they need to make a new ATM card and completely empty the Mark's bank account.
As soon as great. There you go.
Ryan clones the information from the woman's ATM card onto a hotel room key, and Apollo tests it out. It's as simple as that.
Were you just using the ATM machine? I think you left some of your information here.
Time to reveal to this woman what happened.
Do you notice anything different about
The
this
mark
scene than a while ago?
is stunned.
No? Turn around for a second. Look at this. This piece was here a while ago. Does that look a little bit different than it did?
Yeah.
That's not part of the machine. You just ran your card through this device, and that was reading all your card information. And then this needle right here, the needle hole, was shooting at your PIN numbers when you punched in. So now we have your PIN number and your credit card information. You all right?
That really freaks me out because it just makes you realize how easy it is for people to just take your information and you wouldn't even know. Because there's a lot of things that you just don't pay attention to, things that you do every day, and you think it's just an ATM machine. Yeah, it is kind of scary.
Skimming isn't the only way to steal money from your account. What you're about to see is the card switch. Apollo is in position near the ATM. Danny is pretending to be injured. She starts to use the machine, but she's really waiting for someone to get in line behind her. Here comes the mark. She has no idea that her every move is being watched by Apollo. She takes out her bank card. Our hustler sees which one it is and pulls out a matching one.
Get out of here, Ray. I think that's the way it should go.
Danny falls over just as the mark swipes her card. The woman looks over to the distraction but leaves her card hanging in mid-air. And because she's already swiped it, she's ready to enter her PIN and put her card away. Time for Apollo to step in.
I think that's the way it should go.
He goes to help Danny, switching the card on the way. But will the mark spot the switched bank card? She doesn't even look. Now as the mark enters her PIN, Apollo shoulder surfs and the hustlers once again have everything they need to empty someone's bank account. Time to tell the mark she's been hustled.
I felt violated, to be honest with you. I felt as if, how could I be so silly and keep my card out while trying to help someone in distress, not realizing, oh my goodness, you weren't paying attention.
When you use an ATM, you should always take a good look at the machine first before you place your card in there. Look for anything out of the ordinary, anything over the slot, anything that doesn't look like it belongs there. So it's about being vigilant, covering your PIN so that people can't see it, and making sure that nobody is actually looking over your shoulder.
After the break, shop owners and security guards watch out. This is shoplifting made easy. Welcome back. The New Zealand Retailers Association reckons that shoplifting costs Kiwi businesses $500 million a year. That's big business. But not all shoplifting scams are big ones. Here's one that is booming in the UK right now. It's sales time in Manchester, and even though prices have been slashed, they're still too expensive for our English hustlers. They're after the best bargain they can get, something that's absolutely free. This is the White House scam.
Hurry up, will you? Yeah, hold on.
Leaving Paul outside, Alex casually browses the shelves of the busy department store. Getting into character, he pretends to call his imaginary wife to make sure he's buying the right things.
$69.99? Yeah? So get them?
As Alex won't be paying, he goes straight for the most expensive items he can find.
Can I get these and some pots?
70 quid or 160 bucks for a set of kitchen knives. But his wife wants more.
Casserole. Okay. I'll call you
And
back.
that's well over £100 or $230 for a casserole dish. Completely satisfied with his purchase, he heads to the till.
$164.49.
Okay.
The bill comes to £164.49 or $375. Alex pays in cash. So far, it's all completely above board. He's paid for everything. Outside the store, Alex shows Paul his lovely new kitchenware.
Large pot. Okay. Did you get anything? That's quite expensive. That is very expensive. That's £105. And a set of knives for £69.99. They're everywhere. Okay. So they're by the till, and that's just behind the till. You'll see them.
Paul knows what he's bought and where it is, so he heads back into the store while Alex hides the goods in the boot of the car. With Alex still outside, Paul collects exactly the same expensive items, but unlike his fellow hustler, he doesn't try to pay for them. Out of sight of any security guards, he finds a half-empty shelf and stashes them where Alex can find them easily. Still nothing illegal. But now, Alex returns to complete the con. He collects the goods and heads back to the same cashier with the bad news from his imaginary wife.
Sorry, I just went outside. My wife has gone to Argos and bought everything.
Yeah?
So I need to get a refund.
No problem.
I've got the receipt in my pocket. Thank you. Sorry about that. It was miscommunication. There it is.
With his made-up wife providing the perfect excuse for a refund, Alex produces the receipt from his purchase a few minutes ago. The cashier suspects nothing and refunds his money. And because he paid with cash, the store can never trace this hustle.
Thank you very much. Do you keep this? Great. Thanks again. Sorry about the trouble. Bye-bye.
It's been a good shopping trip for Alex and Paul. This mid-year sale really paid off.
That was actually quite easy.
We return to the store to reveal the White House scam.
Stolen them. How did he do that? It was very believable because he was really down to earth. And I saw him on the phone earlier on, and I overheard him a little bit, thought he was talking to his wife. They came back saying that their wife was in Argos and that she just bought everything else there. So we'd like a refund.
Now that we know how it's done, hopefully shopkeepers can keep a lookout for the White House scam. That's all for this week on The Real Hustle. Next week, the Kiwi scam that's all Hollywood. Cops, robbers, and a bad ending for some.
I'm now placing you under arrest.
Over in the US, the hustlers steal a handbag and manage to get the PIN numbers.
Yeah, somebody just stole my bag.
And in the UK, you won't believe how easy it is to strip a house of its contents.
Oh my God, babe!
Just come home and everything's gone.
And just remember the rule of The Real Hustle. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.